We're back with a whole nother episode of On the Porch, guys.
Amen. 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 Hey, it's your boy _BJ Real, man. We back here with another episode of On the Porch.
Man, we're here with another special guest. I mean, we got Marquel Russell here.
In the building. So I'm Marquel Russell. I CEO and co-founder of Client Attraction University. We help businesses get clients. We've been, I think on my Instagram, I updated it the other day. I think it said helping businesses attract clients since 2010.
How did you even hear about this world? Because you crossed over.
Yep.
You made a change. So where were you at before you got into this world?
When I was in school, you know, some people play football, some people play basketball, some people did this. Like I had, how do you become findable? People that's looking for how to make money.
That's true. All
right?
time.
It's like right now, like you don't gotta find nobody. They want to learn how to make money.
Yeah.
They want to learn how to quit their job. That's why people be like, oh man, my friends and family support my business. It's like you ain't gonna build no business off your friends and family anyway. So now we show them like, okay, how do you generate leads? Most businesses don't know how to generate leads. So we show them how to generate leads, and then how do you convert those leads into clients, and then how do you turn it into a system? Well, now you're getting leads and clients every day. Because if you don't got leads coming to your business, you don't got a business.
So like, how you end up dropping out of 10th grade?
I was done, bro. Like I was getting money because they've been watching your content already. Especially when you're putting content out. They've been seeing your ads. They've been seeing you consistent. They've been reading your emails.
Yeah.
And like, they're already selling themselves and convincing themselves that you're the one.
Yeah.
We pull up on you, we go, hey.
Yeah, that's easy. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy for sure.
That's it. So that's all it is. But Tay, I think we've been recording. Oh,
we live. Okay, cool.
We're live, guys. We are live, and we're back with a whole nother episode of On the Porch, guys. Thank you for tuning in once again. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, go over to the other platforms. We talking about Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever that is. Leave us 5 stars, say something nice, move us up those charts because people need to hear this. Don't y'all want people to hear this? Y'all like it, so why not go and share it? Not only that, make sure you guys join the community. Join the community. We got some great things coming in the community. You know we're going to have exclusive merch for you all. You know we're going to have our bi-weekly meetings. You know we're going to have our quarterly meetups, and then we're going to have our live podcast. I mean, why won't you want to be a part of that? Anything else that you got with BJ? I always ask you this.
Discount on courses.
Oh yeah, and then people like my guy here. Well, I can't say his name yet. We gonna introduce, but we gonna have them come on and then give y'all some game too. So why not do this? Because we need it, and it's just by having a community and accountability. So guys, make sure you go ahead and get that community. It's like $5.99. I don't know why you wouldn't do that, but BJ.
Amen. 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 Hey, it's your boy _BJ Real, man. We back here with another episode of On the Porch. Like I said, guys, we're going bigger and better every time. We're going guest for guest for guest, and we're here with another special guest here today.
Man, we're here with another special guest. I mean, so y'all remember when this whole entrepreneurship thing kicked off and this jump was going crazy back in like 2019, 2020. And I was just in my podcast bag, just watching tons of podcasts. Like, I knew everybody. I was just fanboying over. I'm like, oh my goodness, bro, this is crazy. And y'all know, from then on, you know, eventually we started our own podcast, and I've been meeting these people. And I was like, it's some people that I was like, I just got to get on. One of those people was the guy that I got here, sitting next to me here right now.
I appreciate it.
I mean, been going crazy. He's been killing it in the entrepreneurship space. I mean, he's been helping people get clients at amazing levels.
For sure.
What exactly do you call that?
Client attraction?
Client attraction. He's the best in client attraction.
For sure, 100%.
But we got Marquel Russell here.
In the building.
Go ahead and introduce yourself. How you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, what you do, and all that stuff.
I mean, I guess, so I'm Marquel Russell. I CEO and co-founder of Client Attraction University. We help businesses get clients. We've been, I think on my Instagram, I updated it the other day. I think it said, let me see. So I want to give you the exact number.
Give me the exact number, because we love numbers on here. I hope you know that. Don't be scared to give us a number.
I ain't scared to give you the number. So let me see. So on the IG, we updated it. It said helping businesses attract clients since 2010.
Since 2010.
Since 2010.
Oh, you're not a pandemic.
No.
So you're not. I thought you had just got started in it.
No.
It was a pandemic.
No. Since 2010.
Dang. So 2010. So how you start doing client trust in 2010? Because it wasn't no internet entrepreneurs like that then, or was it? I don't know.
It was actually.
Really?
It just exploded over the years.
That's crazy.
For sure.
So you was already working in there.
100%.
I was 10 years old. I wouldn't even know nothing about it.
So you 20 now?
I'm 23. Yeah.
With 13 years ago. Yeah.
Yep.
So what did it look like back then? Like, who were the people out there like pushing it? Who were the people that out there like needed that service?
I mean, to be honest with you, bro, it's the same thing. It was the same thing.
It was the same?
Yeah. So it wasn't as many. It wasn't obviously when TikTok wasn't around.
Yeah.
Obviously wasn't no Clubhouse around. YouTube was around. Facebook around.
Yeah, it was.
Instagram kind of. I forgot when Instagram came on the scene, but yeah, because I was mainly on Facebook and YouTube. That's when we really popped it off. Because I got introduced to network marketing first. Y'all familiar with network marketing?
Yes, absolutely.
So I got introduced to that first, and then the network marketing led me onto the internet.
Oh, okay. So I know. So that's when people was like, was Ty Lopez popping in or
Ty Lopez? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the only person I knew because I just remember seeing just a whole bunch of ads with him.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what it was then.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, this guy's just.
It wasn't a lot of black. It wasn't from what I seen when I was learning it and teaching it. It wasn't a lot of black people like teaching it though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But now it's crazy.
So would you say we just stumbled upon like kind of like that space and stuff
For
like
sure.
after like during the pandemic and stuff?
A lot of people did. A lot of people did.
And it's crazy because I know it's like you saying we just stumbled upon it, but people been doing it for a long time, obviously.
Like you said, 2010, so probably even before that.
I got homies that been getting money on the internet since the 90s.
That's crazy. So
Yeah.
this is the thing though. We start right now. We start seeing the fad starting to trend a little bit. So we starting to think that it's like oversaturated or stuff like that.
It's still in its infancy.
I think that
Like the majority of the world ain't even on the internet. Like in the grand scheme of things, they're not even on the internet yet.
What you mean?
So like look up. So right now,
me look at
Facebook has 3 billion users.
Right.
2 billion log on every day. How many people in the world? 8 billion.
8 billion.
Is it billion or in the trillions?
Nah,
Billion. It's like 8 billion, right?
No, it's billion. It's like 9 billion.
How many people live in America?
How many people do live in America?
I feel like it's 2-3 billion.
Let's see.
It's 7. Oh well, hold on. That was in 2021. It was 7. I was like,
So put 2023. See what it
the
says.
United States. All right, so we got
Oh, it's only
331 million. Well, 332.
2032 million, and that was in 2021.
Oh
that's
wow, hold on.
21, so it's probably like what?
Let's-
50, 340?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh,
yeah.
so it's almost it's almost.
So let's call it 340. So 340 million, 240 million.
340.
Yeah, 240 million is on Facebook, and they log on every day.
Wow.
So think about it. It's another 100 million that's not even on there, and that's just in the United States. In the United States, a lot of people think the United States big. When you look at the grand scheme of things, the United States is only, I want to say, 3% of the world.
That is true. It's just but they just lock us in here.
Yeah, it's just like the internet. It's like what we do, like in our space, this
Yes.
content creator space. You think everybody doing it?
I think everybody doing
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's
That's how
like
it's been.
everybody ain't doing it.
That's
It's
true.
y'all. It's Dave and them. It's the EYL. It's a in the grand scheme of things. I was talking to you familiar with Eric Thomas, right?
Yep. For sure.
Everybody know, you're like, yeah, everybody know Eric Thomas. I'm talking to one of my boys the other day, Cody, white guy. He worked on my team. And I'm talking to him, I'm like, because I'm giving an example, and I'm like, you know Eric Thomas, right? And he was like, sounds familiar.
Yeah.
But he like legit he was like, but he pulled it up and he was like, oh yeah, I heard of him. But it was like, he a big deal in a small corner.
Okay.
But it's like, a lot of times we don't realize like how big the world is.
Yeah.
We like in this little bubble. We like, where everybody coaching. It's like, most people don't even know what a coach is.
That's crazy.
Good.
Cause we say that all the way from like real estate to podcast, and we be like, bro,
Man,
everybody is in this market, bro. Like we gotta compete with them.
Nah, man.
Everybody, like you bringing people to this market.
The world's
It's
small.
same
The
with real
world bigger than that.
Cause I teach wholesaling, so and I know a lot of people be like, well, I do wholesaling, but I teach it, and I be like, dang, bro, everybody do this stuff, but then so many people hit me up and don't know what it is. Like,
Exactly.
tons of people, they do not know, they never even heard of it.
And the market grows every day. If you walk down County Road and you walk past 100 people and you ask them, do you know what wholesaling real estate is? You'll probably have about 3 of them that know what it is.
That's
Like in the
facts.
grand scheme of things.
And that's the same thing with stocks, because we see like a lot of people that like teach about stocks and stuff. they teaching the beginner class
Yep.
every week.
Yep.
So we're like, you teaching the beginner
Bruh,
class
I'm telling
every
you.
week. We're like,
Because the market grows every single day.
So how are you helping people with that? With the fact to get in front of those people that don't know about them? Because it seems like that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're like a marketing expert.
Yeah, so basically, because a lot of times people are they say, okay, how do I find clients? But in reality is, how do you become findable? It's people that's already looking for, it's already people that's looking for how to make money.
That's true. All the
Right?
time.
It's like right now, like you don't got to find nobody that, and it's like, they don't necessarily want to learn how to do wholesaling.
Yep.
They want to learn how to make money.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to learn how to quit their job. Like how many, if you think about it, it's 339 million people in the US. Let's say how many of those are employed. Let's say 200 million.
Yeah.
Let's just say. So you got 200 million people who let's say 200 million. They say 80% of people are disengaged in their job. So you got 150 million or something. They're trying to figure out how to quit their job and make some more money. That's massive.
That's massive.
And that's just in the United States.
cause I got two partners. They got their degrees, done start their job, and both of them trying to find out how to lead their job.
Exactly.
And they haven't even
And
did
it just started.
Yeah, they
Exactly.
just started. Just got
Exactly.
out of college.
So it's like how do you get in front of those people? It's like the science of like how do you get in front of those people and they see you as valuable to come and like get into your world.
Wow.
Because think about it. And I always had to tell people this. It's like, let's say for example, if you like, all right, if you think about the biggest name who teaches wholesale and real estate,
Right.
Whoever that is, right?
I thought about 2, 3.
So a lot of times people
He don't even do wholesale really. I'm talking about just straight wholesale. My bad.
Yeah, I'm just saying real
give
estate,
an example,
real
yeah.
estate education in general, right? Let's say somebody's like, oh man, that's the guru. Everybody gonna go to that person. Well, most of the world don't even know who that person is. So now when they stumble across you, you're that person
To them.
Because they ain't never heard of this person.
So
when they see this dude, they like, oh, he teaching what Mike teach.
That's facts. That's facts. Bro, I hope y'all really listen to this because a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people be scared to get started or won't get started just off the fact because they think too many people doing it.
Exactly.
But really, if you actually think about how like you said, how big the world is, as you saying it, or put in perspective,
Yep.
that's what it is.
That's
You
what it
gotta
is.
think about this, like let's just say females, like put in perspective.
No cap.
They friend do nails. Now it's like, oh, I can't do nails because
Yep.
she do nails.
Yep.
So it's like if you have that mindset about everything, it's like you literally could do nothing because you will always find somebody that does the same thing.
Bro, I had this same conversation with my sister-in-law a couple months ago because she wanted to do hair, build this hair brand, and she was like, "Everybody do hair." I'm like, "Everybody don't do hair."
And you know how many people need their hair done?
Yeah.
You know how this how I know that everybody do hair. And this just I know it's just an example, but still though, it just relate to y'all, right? This how I know everybody don't do hair. Because when a girl, so like my wife, she been wanting to get her hair done. And she might want to get it done. And I'm thinking that it's tons of hairstyles. You follow you got umpteen thousand followers. I'm pretty sure it's somebody that's gonna do your hair. She'll post who can do my hair today or who does hair or who knows somebody that do hair. And nobody will respond. So that's how you just know, because if it was a plethora of people, so many people respond.
Yep. It's an abundance out here. Like so the world is big. A lot of people don't think that. It's like, imagine if somebody say, "Hey man, everybody sell wings." It's like when you ride up Candler,
Boy, you see,
you gonna pass a wing spot at every light. Everybody
Daily
get
and
money.
win a wing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like we just a lot of time we think the world is small and it's not. So
That's
it's like
true.
now it's like that's why people be like, "Oh man, my friends and family ain't support my business." It's like you ain't gonna build no business off your friends and family anyway. So now we show them like, okay, how do you generate leads? Most businesses don't know how to generate leads. So we show them how to generate leads, and then how do you convert those leads into clients, and then how do you turn it into a system where now you're getting leads and clients every day? Because if you don't got leads coming to your business, you don't got a business.
you ain't got no business. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. Okay, so look, I know you're talking about how small the world is. That's the main thing that we've been talking about pretty much this first 10 minutes. How small the world, and well, how big the world is, how small we think it is, right? But what? So I mean, I heard a little bit of your story. You was in a place. How did you even hear about this world? Because you crossed over.
Yep.
You made a change. So where were you at before you got into this world?
Yeah, so I was in the street, so like that's why I'm familiar with Candler, and like I was like,
it's like Candler Road.
I was out here like I was.
You from Atlanta?
Yeah. I was moving around, so I was like, I done been on like every side. You know what I'm saying? So I was like outside
dang.
for real. So like I was I used to do club promotions too. So I used to,
you outside.
I used to do club promotions. So I used to do club promo at night in the streets, moving around by day. And I used to do artist management too. So I used to be moving around. So one night I was in the club on Campbellton. It was the Figure 8 then. Y'all familiar with Campbellton?
I know Campbellton Road. Yeah.
So it used to be the Figure 8 right in that plaza. Ain't none of that plaza right now, but a barbershop. But I was in there one night. I went to one of my partner's mixtape release party. I wasn't even supposed to go. Well, I told him I was gonna go, but I was standing Ben Hill then, and I was
Ben Hill.
Yeah, I was standing over there.
I played football, so I played against them. Yeah,
It was that
Blue Devils.
You didn't want to see Ben Hill back in the day, right?
I know, right?
Yeah.
So I was going home, and I was like, I told my man I was gonna come through, so I'm gonna at least go through and show my face.
Right.
So I went through, and I'm in there kicking it. We drinking, smoking, or whatever, the kind of how we used to kick it. Yeah. And then somebody walks up to me. He thought I was somebody else. I knew his face. He knew my face. And he was like, "Hey man, they kicking, they drinking, or whatever." They kind of younger than me though. So I'm like, "What these boys got going on?" So and he was like, "Man, how many people you know got a cell phone?" And I was like, "Everybody." He was like, "Everybody." I was like, "Everybody I know got a cell phone." And he was like, "What if every time they paid their bill, you got paid?" And I was like, "That'd be dope." So he was like, "One of my mentors gonna be in town. They expanding the area this week. They from Nigeria. They millionaires. They looking for some other dudes who want to get some money."
Scam. That's what I think.
So
Nigerian.
I didn't even think scam. I thought opportunity.
Yeah, facts.
So I thought legit millionaires. Let's see what's going on. Like I'm in the street. Like I live in like this underworld.
When you was in the streets, what you mean you was in the streets? Like what was going on?
Now I was saying like I had to work, so I had like backstory. When I was in school, you know, some people play football, some people play basketball, some people did this. Like I had the weed.
What? Oh yeah, you was that guy.
Yeah, I was that guy. I played sports, but I had the weed too.
Yeah.
And then whatever else you need to get your hands on, right?
Okay.
So that just evolved. I dropped out of high school in 10th grade, and then it just evolved into like
10th grade?
Yeah. Then I had like, it was just other levels of it. So like,
How you end up dropping out of 10th grade?
I was done, bro. Like I was getting money.
You know that one player on the team.
You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? My brother stopped going to school in 10th grade. I think one of them stopped going to school in 9th grade. The other stopped going to school in 10th grade.
Yeah,
because they was in the streets.
I was done. I was driving. I was driving already. I was smoking. I was getting money.
Had a beard, mustache.
Nah, I ain't have all that. I was a little younger. Like, all this is like new to me, right? I was taking algebra 2. I was like, man, I hate algebra 2. So I leave and just go leave and smoke. And then my mom got to the point, she was like, man, these folk calling me every day. Like, if you ain't gonna go, just don't go. And I was like, that's all I need to hear.
So the fact that your mom said it is crazy, right?
Yeah.
So your mom just was like,
pretty much.
If you all in, all out, bro.
Pretty much.
Just get on my nerves.
Like my mom used to always tell me, like, if you're gonna be doing negative, you gotta be doing something positive though, to like balance it out.
We got the same mom. My mom used to be like, you gotta keep it. Cause my brothers used to be in the street. They'll still tell them like, bro, if you gonna do it, you gotta have a paper trail still, right? So you need to go get a job at McDonald's or something still, just so if you do get caught up, you can be like, well, I got a job.
Yeah, she's always telling me like, you gotta be doing something positive. So I came out. So yeah, I dropped out of high school, went full time in the street with this having to work and all that kind of.
He said he went full time in the street.
Yeah, full time. And I was like, I played at a high level. Like so I used to play. Yeah, I know
we cool out here, man.
We recording. So I was like moving around, like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing, and then I started an entertainment company. I was doing artist management. Yeah, because in the street, like
everybody want to
everybody want to rap. I ain't want to rap.
Yeah,
I wanted to I grew up like listening to like Master P. Birdman, Jay Prince, and all them dudes seem to like get money and then start a record label.
Yeah.
And like if you're from Atlanta, like Big Oomp.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up on like Big Oomp and all that, right? So that's what them boys did. So I was like, okay, I know people who rap. I know people who do beats. I was like 19. I bought a storefront and we stripped it out and turned it into a studio. And then because we used to go to my homie's studio. My artist used to rap, but his dad used to be tripping. And then them boys like to smoke. We like to smoke and all that when we in there. But his dad was tripping, so I was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna get this spot, and then just bring your equipment there. I just need you to be there to run it.
Yeah,
and I'll pay the rent and all that." So it was a hair salon. So we stripped it all out, turned it into a full blown studio, and then we just went all in. I ain't really know about the music business, but I was like, I figured out.
Hey, how'd that go when you talking about you just finna take care of everything? Like, how'd that go? Cause I know a lot of people be like, well, I try to take care of my people, my folks too, just make sure it was good. Did that end well for you?
To my
Like, so I know how you said you was like, hey, you just come in here, I pay the bills, y'all record. Did they take it serious enough?
Not really. I mean, you already know, man. A lot of times when people aren't invested, they don't really take it as serious.
Yeah.
And then the flip side of that, when people aren't invested, they think that they should get the same amount that you got. And then you the one that's fully invested.
Right.
Ain't nobody else. So that's why when you see the argument when people say, "Oh, these CEOs make all this money, but they pay their employees this." Well, it's like the CEO got way more invested. You know what I'm saying? It's like the CEO of Home Depot shouldn't get paid the same as the stock person shouldn't be anywhere remotely making as much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't got as much invested. So I was doing that, and then that led me into the network marketing thing because Buddy, he invited me to a meeting. I took my brother to the meeting with me because we didn't really know what was going on. It was in Riverdale. So we went to the meeting. We pulled up. The house looked nice. Cars looked nice. So I'm like, maybe they are getting some money. So they started sharing this video technology that they was doing. They was like, hey, this is the new era. Video technology gonna be crazy. Blah 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 blah. And at this time, Skype and all that was out already. So it was like, okay, this thing probably is gonna be big. So they was like, it's only $500 to get started. I'm like, bet. And they was like, all you gotta do is get 2 people, and they'll get 2 people, and they'll get 2 people. Blah blah blah. So I'm like, bet. I'm gonna sign up. I was like, I'm gonna pay bro way to get in. So I put in half for him. And then I was like, let me go get some other folks. So I started sharing to all my homies, club promoters, the club owners who I knew, and they was all like, bro, this is a scam, bro. They was like, this is a pyramid scheme.
No, this the only reason. No, the only reason I said it was a scam because when I heard Nigerian scam.
No, I'm with you. But I'm saying when I was showing everybody, they were like, oh, this is a pyramid scheme, bro.
And everybody say that about.
Everybody was saying that.
That's the best way to go.
That's the best way. And I'm like, man, y'all already knew about this, and ain't nobody's ever tell me. So I jumped into it. Fast forward, it didn't work out as fast as I wanted to go. But that led me into the internet. And I was like, man, these white boys getting all this money on the internet is crazy. I'm like, I ain't know people was getting money on the internet. Because I wasn't on social media. My partner was who did club promotions with me because he from the club. I mean, he from the college scene.
Okay.
And, you know, social media pop with the college scene for like Facebook. You went colleges.
You went remotely to a college. You
no.
Huh?
And I was like, don't post me on social media.
Yeah,
because like these days, he can't be posting everything on social media.
Let me tell you.
But I'm like, don't post me.
I would have been knew you had to work if it was today.
Yeah. I was like, bro, don't post me.
Pull up.
I got the
gas.
I got that Zah come through. I'm like, bro, y'all boys crazy.
Obama.
You trying to go to jail. I'm like, these boys going to jail. Like, when you go, I be telling my young homies, I'm like, bro, like, I got some homies who be like in prison. It like, they down there. One of my homies who down there, they got the knives out. I message them. I'm like, bro, like, do you really think that's smart?
I got some partners in prison too.
That, bro.
Now, I was watching that. It was like all that,
tripping.
like all them people in jail that be having phones. They was like, police be watching all that.
Yeah, think about it. When them folk go to court and they ain't finna indict you, and they start pulling all the evidence, they pull everything from your social media. They like, oh, I deleted it. It like nothing deletes on social media, bro. Like,
I don't know how they do it. They gonna find it.
Them folk dig it. It's all in the cloud. Them folk go dig up everything. It's like if you ever watch. So I watch like for my brain to turn off. I watch like Chicago PD, or like Law & Order SVU or something like that. And it's like the technology these folk got and like what they can pull. It's like
it's ridiculous.
Like how you find a message I deleted 2 years ago,
bro?
Cause they find them, bro. Cause I was in court for my brother that passed away. I was in court and they were just pulling out so much. I say, golly,
they pull out everything. Everything.
Golly, you ever been in jail before?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean,
I don't even know how many times. I don't even give you the line, bro. First time I got locked was probably like 15, 16. And then,
I know your mom was mad.
So
I know your mom was mad. She probably like, bro.
I don't know, bro. It's like
you used to tell her though, like
what's your?
Because I got a partner, he got locked up. He was like, he just called his parents. He's like,
I used to call and be like, man, these folk talking about. I think one time I called and I was like, man, these folk talking about possession with intent.
He had all the intent. I promise he did. He had all the intent. So what? Like what?
These folk talking about possession with intent. It wasn't even mine. Right,
man. I know for a fact that because I know honestly, I know a lot of people that sell weed. I know a lot of people I know people that's in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
But I just be thinking like I really don't think that like selling weed stuff just don't make sense. It really don't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. The amount of risk that it is.
Yeah.
Right. I know they be saying the money, but I'm like, bro, the risk just don't make sense.
So most people is like. I'm glad you said that, bro, because I tell parents all the time that kids sell drugs, the ones that do it, for 2 reasons. Number one, they like the adrenaline from the transaction because most of them ain't really getting no money.
Yeah, they not.
Right? It's just like They like being on the block.
And they look kind of cool.
They like being it seemed cool.
They look kind of cool.
But they ain't really making no profit. They got enough sometimes to go re-up. But from a business sense, it make all the sense in the world because I can go spend $250 and make $500 if you do it right. So I'm gonna give you an example. So when I was first moving around, I grew up on like UGK and Outkast and all that, and they used to always be like, the fattest hats, you want to have the fattest hats on the block and blah blah blah.
Right.
So when I was getting my first little work, I'm stacking it up, like just eyeballing it for those who watching don't know what that means. Like you looking,
Just looking at it, guys.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So you just looking at it.
That's a zip, bro.
That's a zip. It look right, it feel right, but it's like you need to put that thing on the scale. Because once you learn the game, the bag weighs something. So you like, hey, if I'm getting the zip, this thing's supposed to be 28 grams. But it's like, if it's in the bag, 28 grams, this short.
Yeah.
I need this to be what it is out the bag. So I need this to be 30 grams. And then
don't go sell weed, guys.
No. I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere with this.
I know you are.
And then you got to know the Glad bag weigh 2 grams. If you get this other type of bag, it weigh 1 gram. So you got to really know all the economics. But it took one of my big homies like, hey, bro, don't bag it up like that. He was like, everything should weigh something. He was like, these should weigh 0.5 out the bag. With the bag, it's going to be like 0.8. And he was like, if you weigh it up like that using this scale, right? Mm-hmm. Now you can literally say, okay, I spent 50. I bagged up 100. I smoked 10. So now I'm going to make 90 profit.
Yeah.
Like that makes perfect sense. That's business.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
They smoke they whole.
They smoke the whole thing.
But this the thing though. This is why I said it don't make sense. And
no, I'm following you, bro. No. I'm following. Listen, bro. Listen. I didn't say that to justify because I agree it don't make sense.
Yeah, for sure.
But what I'm saying is the reason they do it makes perfect sense. But they haven't met you and you showed them, bro, you don't got to do this with all this risk.
Yeah.
You can actually do wholesaling.
Yeah.
Without any money, you can go find a spot. You live in the hood. You live on Bankhead, where the everything is going up. Mm-hmm. You can go get a property, find somebody like me or like this, sell them the property, put your cap on it, and then you make you $5,000.
Just like selling weed. That's
exactly.
That's literally how I break down wholesale.
But here's the thing though, they don't know that.
They're not exposed.
So the only thing they know is like, go get me a little work, flip it up, or go put this tool on somebody, rob them. Yeah. They don't really know that. Oh, I can do wholesaling without even no money. Dang, the trap that we working out of, we can sell this because they kind of come over and try to buy it. It's like, we don't know that game. So logically, it makes perfect sense. They like, all I know is spend 100, make 200, spend 200, make 400, spend 400, make 800, spend 800, make 1,500. And then it continues to compound if you think in business sense until they meet a Mike or a BJ and they like, nah, bro, you can actually do this. Yeah. And now you make you 5 or 10,000 per flip. How many times you want to do that per month? Yeah. You only limit it to how many signs you put out or how many phone calls you do or whatever. And you don't got to worry about these folks coming to take nothing from you.
That's crazy. Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
But they ain't had nobody break that down.
I know where he going.
He's
saying weed specifically.
Oh, I just rather go sell crack.
Like business wise, it's not good just because the profit margins.
It can, I guess it can be good, but maybe because I only sit on a smaller scale. But I just go, if I'm gonna risk my life, guys, and don't think I'm gonna go do it, but if I'm down bad and I'm gonna risk my life, I'm gonna sell cocaine.
Bro, it's a different level of risk though.
He's saying instead of making like you said, you spend the $250 to get the 500. So he's saying, I'm about to go sell cocaine, so I'll spend the 500.
It's a bigger risk.
It's a bigger risk.
But either way, though,
it's two different games, too. So it's two different games,
it's way two different games. So I can't just go over to,
now, because I heard when they catch you with that cocaine, you're not getting out of jail.
Yeah, especially if you rock it up. So if you rock it up and you got crack, now you're in a whole nother league. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's different levels of it.
Now I'm going coke.
Yeah. So it really boils down to like just the business sense and your strategy, though. Right. Because like some people will say real estate, the best way to do it is wholesaling. Right. And then somebody will say, well, nah, wholesaling ain't the best way. Fix and flip is. Yeah. And then somebody else will say, fix and flips ain't, buying whole is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or rentals. But it's like, well, that's just based on your perspective and based on your strategy and what you know about it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, so it's literally the same thing. It's just, it's the drug of choice.
That's true.
And your target market. Yeah. And who you got access to. You know
that's why this man is good at getting clients. Let me tell you, this man is breaking it down.
That man Mike said, I'm not going to risk a couple years. I'm just going to risk my whole life.
You're going to risk your whole life.
Because you know you can come with some weed. They like, okay, you got to come with some weed. But you can come with cocaine.
At that point, though, I hope I done came up on them a good bit. So at least I could be taken care of while I'm in there. And my child taken care of, my family because I got money stashed
like
up.
how them mob bosses be.
I'm not selling drugs. But listen. So I mean, it seems like, but first of all, you just got a business mind, period. Yeah, so like, because obviously we know we've been talking funny games about selling drugs, but even the way that you break it down the game, it seems like you just know business. Like, where did that come from?
So I think a lot of it, bro, to be honest with you, is I think some of it, to be honest, I can't take no. I think probably a lot of it is like DNA and genetics. Like my mom was an entrepreneur.
Oh, you know what I'm okay.
My granddad was an entrepreneur. He sold dope though, right?
He was an entrepreneur.
You know what I'm saying? But it was as entrepreneurship. Yeah. My mom was a hustler. She sold drugs. She even started businesses. She had like a clothing store. She had her own like telemarketing office. So she was an entrepreneur. She didn't really never sit me down and teach me entrepreneurship though. I just saw her doing entrepreneurship. So I think some of it was just like genetics. And I was that guy. I'd be knocking on your door and be like, hey, bro, can I cut y'all grass?
You know me.
You know what I'm saying? And you be like, hey, yo, where your lawnmower at? And you be like, well, I don't got one. You got one? And you like, yeah, I got one in the garage. You like, all right, bet. Let me get it.
Let me hold it.
You let me hold it and knock your yard out right quick. You know what I'm saying? So I was that guy.
Tell somebody top. You got to get gas.
And I'm in the apartment. Yeah, you need some gas in this, bro.
And gas in here, bro.
And I'm in the apartment. It's like, boom, boom, boom. Can I take your trash out?
Right.
So I always been.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
You know
I feel like
that's entrepreneurship.
That is entrepreneurship. And you know, you don't think about it like that because I was younger. I learned that from a lot of stuff from my brother because we used to cut a yard, you know, taking trash out for the nice old lady across the street. She get $10 every week. And you learning how to get no's. I think the biggest thing with a lot of these youngins these days, not all of them, and because I don't like to speak in general, but I think not even just youngins, but some of the grown folks too. Yeah. A lot of grown folks have never taken no's. That's why they're afraid of business. That's why when they do wholesaling, they won't do the calls or they won't do the things because they don't want to take the no's. It's like when you in apartments and you knock on 20 doors and 15 of them tell you no, they don't want their trash took out and 5 of them do. Or I walk around your whole neighborhood and 40 people tell me no, they good, but 3 people let me cut their yard and I charge them $20. I just made me $60 for the day. But most people ain't gonna go through all the no's. But so I was used to getting the no's going through that. So it's like when I got into network marketing, and I was like, wait, the worst thing that can happen is like they tell me no. And it was like, well, yeah. I was like, I'm finna kill this. Because I'm like, you can't go to jail, the feds, you don't gotta have no strap on you. Like, they can't take nothing from you. All you gotta do is take notes. I'm like, I'm gonna kill this. But a lot of times people ain't doing it. You know what I mean? And it's like, even with the water boys, I know y'all be saying the water boys. Oh, all the time, yeah.
It's like the water boys, that's entrepreneurship. I know depending on what side of town you on, they're a little aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on what yet.
But it's entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
You feel me, bro? Yeah. You're like, well, come on. And one on watch someone come like, come on, I'm like, like, nigga,
bro, come on, bro. You don't even know me. But I know you got it, bro.
Yeah, I'm big, bro. Like, I'm just like, I don't like the fact that it's that was my issue.
Then you pull out that lame at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, and they only gave me $5.
Exactly. But a lot of time I just pull up and be like, hey man, here man, y'all stay down. Just get, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I'd rather mess with the water boys than like mess with like actual like grown homeless.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just me personally.
That's me too. I shop the water boys 100. I go out my way to go and be like, hey, here man, I don't want no water. Y'all just here, stay down.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep going.
So like, I know you pretty much all your stuff came from like a lot of exposure. Like, what's the importance like of exposure? Because it seemed like at one point you were doing one thing just because all you knew. But
because like you said the Nigerian people like, oh, like you start talking to your people, they was like, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. But at least like they probably had $1 million somewhere, so you at least saw what that looked like. Yeah. Was that like part of the exposure?
I think the exposure is everything because like that's the biggest question people ask me. Like, Marquel, how did you go from that to this? And I'm like, it's the exposure. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the street, that's what I was exposed to. Like, the only people I knew getting money, they was getting money in the streets. Like, everybody say, go to school, get a good job. Go to school, get good grades, graduate, go to college, blah, 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 blah. But everybody I knew who was telling me that wasn't getting no money. Yeah. They were broke. They was in the hood with me. It's like, it wasn't making, it's like, dang, well, if that worked, why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So then the people who I knew who was getting it, my cousins and all that, they was like in the street. So that was my exposure. Then I got introduced to the network marketing stuff. I'm like, these folk look like they getting money. They weren't really getting no money, but it was like the positivity and the personal development and all that was priceless.
It's priceless.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I I got into one of my mentors. She used to always say, in network marketing, she used to say, if I make $20,000 in a month, that's a bad month for me. And I used to be like, what? And I came from getting money, right? Yeah. I came from getting money, but we didn't ever quantify it like that. Well, you know, when you selling the bags or whatever, you ain't like, oh, we made $20,000. Yeah, you just like, nah, we got off to work, we stacked up. This is what we got going on. Let's go do it again. But when she said $20,000 a month, I'm like, man, that's crazy. So that was my level of exposure. Then I started seeing cat making $40,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, $1 million a month. I'm like, what? I was talking to one of my homies one time. This was several years ago. And he was showing me like his merchant account, and he was like, man, I fell short of my goal last month. And I'm like, and he was like, man, I only made $300,000. And I'm like, well, what was the goal, bro? You know what I'm saying? He was like $500,000. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's different levels of it, right? And then you know cats who make $10 million a month. So it's different levels of it. And then like once you exposed to it, it's like you can't unsee it.
So is that what like drew you away from the streets? Because it was like it got to a point where you saw that like people making it the straight route, they were kind of getting into it more than like with less risk, obviously.
100%.
Yeah. So that's kind of okay.
And I was at my breaking point, right? I was like, I had been doing that for probably like 14, 15 up till about, I think when I got exposed to all this, I probably was like 25, 26 or something like that.
Dang, so you were doing it for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. So I had been, that's what all I had been doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I would get money like when we had beepers. When I was like 14, 15, like I had a beeper.
That boy said, you had a beeper in class?
I had a beeper.
That boy said.
So it's like, exactly. I was like, okay. I was like, hey, when y'all want to just beat me. I wanted the guy, because a lot of time when I tell people I was in the streets moving around, they visualize me standing on the block. Yeah. Or standing at the store. Like, that never made sense to me. Because it's like, if I'm standing at the store all day, these folks know we out here. So at any point, they can whip up on us. Yeah. And we all getting locked up. Yeah. So it's like, I never did that. I probably did it once or twice. But I was like, no, you got to beat me. Then you pull up where I'm at. Yeah. Or I pull up where you at so I control the environment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we had the beepers, and then we moved into the Nokia phones. Y'all remember the Nokia phones? Nah.
I know what it looked like. I know what it is. Like
then
we
moved to the Nokia phone. We put minutes on it. Yeah. So it's like, then it's like, hey, you beat me. Then I'm gonna call you back on my minute phone. We get free. It's free. Like it was
it's
like
free after this time.
It's free after this time.
I remember.
I'm gonna call you real quick. Hey, gonna pull up on me.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then it just evolved. But I was exposed. That was my exposure all to that time. But I got tired of going to jail. You know, having to get strip search. Got to put this on, sleeping around a whole bunch of hard legs every night. Yeah. Hearing these dudes lie about what they had going on the streets, and they ain't really had nothing going on.
They done found something in the trunk.
These dudes excited. It kind of was like, it's almost a level of excitement for some of these cats when they get locked up, because they know all their homies upstairs. So it's like, man, I just got kind of eating the same thing. You can't do this, you can't do that. Like when I met my first son is 20 now. So when I first met him...
When you first met him?
Well, when I first held him...
Oh, okay.
Was in visitation.
Wow.
Like his mom brought him to visitation. And that was my first time holding him.
Then they gotta be a crazy feeling.
You know what I'm saying?
So and you can't go back with him. Yeah. I got a kid, so I know.
Yeah, so imagine that. Imagine you having to like give your son or your kid back, and you got to go back, but you can't leave with them.
I couldn't imagine that.
Bro, it's crazy. So I was doing that. And you get to a point where you're like, man, I'm tired of like doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And I had, because I was doing the network marketing thing, but I was still like in the streets moving around too until this thing worked all the way out. But I got locked up for a warrant one time, and I was on Rice Street, and I was like, I can't do this no more, bro.
And sometimes, and this is a big lesson, because at some point you'll get tired.
For sure.
At some point, enough is just gonna become 100%. Enough, and that's the only time where people are changed for real.
You gotta be enough.
Because I just know I be trying to talk to people, or I'm trying to talk to kids or whatever. We know some kids that try to talk to them making or whatever. They just street niggas though. Yeah. I'm unfollow me at this point, because you just. But the thing is, it's just the fact I just see they really just. They don't get tired until you tired. Once it's enough for them,
you gotta see it. You gotta go through enough first.
You gotta go through enough.
Yeah, you can tell somebody all day, but until they like actually go through it.
But when you really,
I got homies still out in the street. Like even though I done did everything I did, and it's like I don't judge them. They still my guys.
I would say, do you still put yourself around them? Because I really don't.
I do, but it's like limited. Like I only go in certain environments for a certain amount. Like with my brother, when he was still here before he had passed, I'll pull up on him in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'd be like, hey, bro, you know, I ain't gonna be over here that long. Like,
Right.
Like slide. I just want to come pull up on you. And
Yeah.
check on, you know what I'm saying? But I can't be in certain environment because it might just be that day
You never
when them
know.
folk pull up.
And that's why
I'm in here
And that's why I just be thinking about stuff like that because I'm like, bro, anything can happen at any time.
at any moment, bro. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know how people did it because like I had one experience like I tried to like sell some weed in college. And like when I tell you, like my heart was like beating, like
It wasn't for you.
I'm walking around like this. I'm like,
Nah, bro, it's an acquired taste.
like, bro, it was not for. I knew at that moment I was like, bro, this is not for me. Like,
Yeah, bro. It's entrepreneurship at the highest level, bro. It's like if you think about it, the guys in our culture who come from that world and they figure out legitimate business.
Oh, they be going crazy.
You
Just
see what
like
I'm saying? Yeah, it's over. Once you figure out Jay-Z, it's like he figured out legitimate business. It's like we face the highest level of risk.
So you think most of the stuff from the street just it's transition?
All of it transition.
Real
Like,
easy.
cause think about it. Somebody asked me one day was like, what skills transition from the streets? And I'm like, all of it. It's like marketing.
Yeah.
You got to be able to get the word out. Branding. You know who got the good, and then you know who don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know the ones who don't got it. You can get it a little bit cheaper. The ones who really got that, you know, the young ones call it that za.
That za.
It gonna cost you a little more.
Yeah.
That's branding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now they give it to you in packages. I be seeing some of my homies now. They got.
I was about to say that.
It's like packaged. I'm like, it's crazy.
Skittle and package.
Yeah, you feel me?
Skittles.
That's branding. You know what I'm saying? When I'm coming up, it was just a Ziploc bag. It's like y'all got a whole like with the UPC code on and everything. You gotta take my word for it. So it's like that's branding, leadership. Like if you like moving around and like you know what I'm saying,
Actually working, yeah,
you got some leadership. You gotta have some critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
I talked about the math earlier and breaking down the metrics.
I'm telling you.
You got to know the numbers. You know what I'm saying? You got to know sales. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff.
Work ethic, of course.
Work ethic, 100%.
ethic.
You get what I'm saying? So all the skills are you can transition all the skills over.
I got you. So once you when you said you couldn't do this no more, what you decided to do? Because I mean, you weren't obviously doing that well in network marketing yet. So what?
I just went all in. It's kind of like the best explanation of it is like I heard Nipsey Hussle say it one time. He was like, when he was doing the music, when he first started doing the music, he was still in the streets too. And he was like, he had to like cut off the streets completely and go all in on the music for like 2 years. And he wasn't really getting no money. But he was like, I had to cut it off to like go all in. I heard Lil Baby say the same thing pretty much. He was like, I had to literally cut off what I was doing and go all in on this because I couldn't do both. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of had to weather through that phase.
I know that don't hard though. So from you getting money to you from the time you was 14 to 25 and you got to cut it off.
Yeah, I mean,
and you ain't get no money.
Yeah,
you had a girl.
Yeah, she held me down. That's why my wife now, obviously, for obvious reasons. You know what I'm saying? But she like held me down
for sure.
I be telling brothers, man, like a solid lady is the cheat code. It's the ultimate cheat code.
What is a solid lady?
So a solid lady. We
got to get back into this business, y'all. We're gonna get
a solid lady. So we do this thing called brunch with the bros. Once y'all gotta come through. The next one is January 20th. Y'all gotta come through.
All right, cool. We'll pull up.
So it's January 20th, but it's basically we just get together and just chop it up.
Okay.
It's just a safe space for brothers to chop it up about whatever, right? We don't record it and then so brothers can really talk.
Yeah, we need it. Yeah.
One of the brothers said, because dudes typically ask like, "Hey, how did you find your wife? How did you know your wife was your wife?" And I be telling them like I wasn't even looking for no wife. Like I wasn't planning on being married.
How old y'all was y'all met?
We met.
Mm-hmm.
We met. Like right before I like transitioned into all this.
Okay, good.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's crazy,
I like 23, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Before I even transitioned into all this. So she kind of met me when I was like at the peak of like with my world that I was in prior to that, right? So, solid. Go back to your question you asked. This brother said, because he was like, he was giving another brother advice on like how do you find a solid wife, and he was like, the thing you really want to look for is character and integrity, because he was like, yeah, she fine, but some of that may fade over the years with age and all that. You know what I'm saying? Or these things may fade over time, right? But it's like maybe. But it's like you got to know, okay, what's their character and what's their integrity like? Because then you always know what you got with those things. The other stuff, you know what I'm saying? You can fade, or you can go buy a lot of that stuff now. with these days. You know what I'm saying?
I told that go buy ass.
Yeah, but it's like the integrity and the character. That's everything. So my wife, one of the reasons she was so locked in with me is like even when I kind of went through my whole transition, but before that, I was like getting money, but I was always used to like paying for everything. Folks asking for stuff, we in the club, so everybody trying to get some. She was like, she might just call me and be like, "You ate yet?" And I'd be like, "No." And she'd be like, "All right, I'm finna pull up and bring you some food." I'm like, "What?" So she pull up with some. This one I was eating meat and all that. So she pull up with Longhorn steak.
Oh, they don't make those no more.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't make her no more.
Steak. What they call it? Butterfly with mashed potatoes and broccoli with cheese.
Oh, your partner's looking at you like
They're looking at me like, what? So like we might be at the spot, right? And I'll be like, when my partner be to help, man, I need some Black and Mounds, man. So I call, be like, "Hey, you around?" She'd be like, "Yeah, what's up?" And I'm like, "Hey, you bring some Black and Mounds and some blunts through?"
Quick.
And she like, pull up. I'm talking about, don't ask me for nothing. I'm talking about she used to come through and kick it, bring weed to smoke. I'm used to females coming through and they just want me to keep rolling up. She got weed.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
She used to come pull up on you?
Yeah, so I'm like,
they don't make her no more.
dude. I'm like, what?
And she was loyal too though?
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I told her this too, I think. I thought she was so good, I thought it was like a setup.
Yeah.
Like when she used to come through like late night, like from the club and all that.
I thought she was trying to get some information.
Bro, when she used to come through, bro, I used to go to the door with the strap.
You got to.
Because I ain't know. I was just like, I feel like she bailed me up.
Yeah.
I like straight up. But it was like, it was genuine. And then even when I went through my whole transition, because like I went through like this whole dip. But it's like I had to move from my apartment, a whole 9. She found me a spot, paid the rent on it for a minute till we got it together.
Oh,
and like
wow.
just through the whole thing, bro. So yeah. So she was like rocking with me the whole way through.
She different.
That's crazy. Yeah, we definitely gonna get back into that because I mean
I tell brothers all the time, bro. It's like, bro, it's like people don't understand. It's like, because a lot of times brothers be like, "Oh man, I'm smashing this, I'm smashing this, I'm smashing this," and it's so easy now because you can literally swipe, right? But it's like brothers don't understand energetically how much that throw you off, especially when you trying to build something.
Yeah.
So like if you
that's
study,
up, but what?
Yeah, if you study billionaires or individuals at 100 million, decamillion, or whatever, it's like they all typically got a solid relationship. They either married or they in a super committed relationship.
Right.
Because if you read Think and Grow Rich, it's a whole chapter on it where it talks about your sexual mutation. And it's like if you take that sexual energy instead of trying to spread it out all these different women, if you take that same sexual energy and channel it to your business or your goals, you're gonna get there infinitely faster. But like but it's expensive, like smashing everything in the city.
It is, especially they're expensive. Like I'm telling you,
you know what I'm saying?
You can't afford. Most of y'all can't afford it anyway.
Yeah, so it's
tripping.
like understanding that, bro, and just like really, it helps you like focus. So it's like I tell bros all the time, it's a cheat code.
So, but I mean, some people will like just to get that. Some people would sacrifice some things that they would usually won't accept. Like, so like they'll be like, man, I just need to find me a girl, to find me a wife or whatever. And then what they'll do is they'll just end up settling. And then that I feel like that's an issue too, especially in the entrepreneurship space, because you, like you said, we're studying all these people like, oh my God, they all got wives and stuff. Mm-hmm. What do you say about that? Do you have to do so? Because I mean, obviously you gonna want some company, you gonna want that, but you also don't want to be out here spreading it around because you read the book.
Yep.
So now you like, bro, I gotta find me a wife, but then you end up finding somebody that probably may not be the best, or maybe got some characteristics that you may not.
So I don't think you don't necessarily gotta be trying to find a wife, right? Because it's like it's steps before a wife,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta like start like having some conversation, but you gotta be clear on like what you want and like have some standards. I think the biggest thing is like cats don't be really having standards.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I think you gotta have some standards and like know what your standards are. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
It's like, what is that?
Yeah,
but it's not as like, well, I just want a wife because I heard on the podcast that you need a wife and that's how you gonna make millions.
Yep.
Now let me find a wife. It's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. You gotta say like, is somebody like solid? Like and like, who are you? Like, are you becoming who you need to become? And then like, is this person meeting certain criteria? And is somebody that you want to build and develop with?
Right.
So like a lot of times, even I talked to I posted one day because this big thing on the internet is like, hey man, if you gonna get a dude, man, dude need to pay for everything. He need to pay all the rent. He need to pay all the bills.
That's the only thing you're worried about now.
Yeah, he need to be 6'6". He need to have a 6-pack. He need to make 6 figures. He need to have 6 acres. All that. But it's like, if he ain't got that, I'm good.
Yeah.
But it's like, when I met my wife, it's like my wife, she was with me at the lowest point
of your life. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we built together. You know what I'm saying? And if I look at any other people who I know, colleagues or in my circle, their lady typically was with them when they was building too.
Yeah.
So it's like when you built something,
If
if a brother done built something, it's harder for him to pick because it's like he don't know if you're trying to get at him because of who he is and what he's built, or do you genuinely want to get in there? But if you're trying to run the checkbook down, what's your credit score, all this different stuff, it's like you might miss out on a solid brother.
Yeah.
Because he don't got that yet, but he working on something.
Yeah, and the reason I'm with my girl now, she just like, I just feel like she hold me accountable for like a lot of stuff. Cause like knowing me, like if I get a girl, I could just we could like sit in the house, just chill all day and stuff. She like, hey, we ain't been on a date in this like in this long and stuff. Like you ain't did this for me, like you know, like she make me like
she got standards.
Yeah, like she got
hey,
standards.
what's going on?
Like she literally like I got like these non-negotiables. Like if you don't meet those, like I don't know what to tell you. So like she just hold me to like stuff like that. So like that's why I feel like I like mess with her. Like
you gotta have some standards. Yeah. She make you step your game up. That's what it's about.
Gotta have standards, guys. Man, so I mean, so I guess so. When did you get to a point where you actually started having success in network marketing, or when did you leave network marketing? Like
so I was in network marketing, and
I guess you could just tell me where you was at your peak, and then how did you end up getting out of network marketing?
So the peak of my network marketing, I went to like 3 or 4 different companies. The last company I was in, I became the #1 recruiter in that company out of 50,000 people.
Oof.
But it sounds great, right? But the numbers didn't make sense. So the check, I was hitting all the ranks, and everybody was like, "Oh man, Marquel, man, he hit this rank, man. He did such and such." You know, everybody looking good, everybody in suits. But I'm like, my check ain't saying like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, so then I had a membership site at that point. Because I was still doing the online stuff on the side, and I was like, man, for me to make $100,000 a month in this company, I gotta have this amount of people, structured this way, gotta do all this different type of stuff. I was like, if I want to make $100,000 a month on my membership site, I think I only got to get, I think it was 1,000 people in it.
Hold on, wait, what membership site? Wait, we just skipped some stuff. What's
this was a long time ago.
Oh,
this was a while ago. So when I first started selling stuff online, I started.
Oh, you was doing it at the same time?
Yeah. I was still doing something because I was still like in this online world because I was like obsessed.
Yeah,
I was like trying to figure out how to crack this code. So that's how I became the #1 recruiter out of 50,000. Because I was using the internet to help grow my business.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then I started teaching network marketers how to use the internet to grow their business. So that was the first audience. My first target audience was network marketers, showing them how to recruit reps for their network marketing business using social media.
Wow.
So yeah, I was doing that on the side, but I was like, should I keep building this company that I don't even really own, or do I go all in on my own thing?
So that was your own thing when you was
helping
my
own thing.
And that what year was that?
This was... What is it? What year is it now? 2024? So this might be 2016.
24.
That is crazy.
Like
2016. So okay, so you went all in on it, right?
Yep.
So where did you go from there? And then like, so how did you end up? How were you even helping them get in front of the audience that they would get in front of?
So then I was just showing. So I was teaching network marketers, basically, real simple, bro. I was showing them how to shoot DMs to people and start conversations.
Oh,
it was simple.
Social snipers. Social sniper.
Yeah, here's how you start some conversation. Because in network marketing, it's like it's the amount of people you talk to. So it's like you can go outside and walk through the malls and talk to people randomly.
Yeah.
Or you can get on social media and you got access to billions of people.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if you start 20 conversations a day?
Crazy.
5 days, you just started 100 conversations. Let's say you move 10 of those conversations to a phone call, and then you show 5 of them your presentation.
Yep.
And the old-fashioned way was doing it in person.
You know, old-fashioned way was doing it in person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you do that? Like, if I reach out to 20 people, if I reach out to 50 people today, right, 30 of them reply. 10 of them accept the presentation. I send them a link to watch my presentation, and then I follow back up. And I just keep my pipeline going. But when the week over with, I done did that with 200 people. At the end of the month, I done did that with 800 people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't help but win when you going through the numbers.
I got a question. Marketing to sales.
What?
Which one more important?
I don't. So I think they go together, right? I don't think you can do sales with. Well, I think they go together. I think they like the perfect 1-2 punch.
Right.
Right. I think marketing makes selling unnecessary. So if you do great marketing, it makes your sales process easier. But the sales is where the transaction is done.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got to have both. Because if you just marketing, And you see people on Instagram, they just marketing a lot of times.
I ain't get no money.
Right, but they ain't making no
Throwing it out
sales.
there, yeah.
You feel me? So you gotta have both. The sales is like where the cash register rings.
So
Okay.
to make sales, like, do you actually have to have a mouthpiece, or like what all goes into like?
You really
making
just
a
got.
sale?
You really. One of the biggest things to make your sales easier is great marketing. Understanding how to market. When your marketing is on point, your prospects sell themselves. So it's like now by the time they come to you, they already know that they want to do business with you.
So you saying like you gotta like market to the point. It's like once they in the room, you would like you basically literally have to say something to turn them off for them not to
Pretty much.
basically get it.
Yep, because they already pretty much there.
Yeah.
Right?
That's crazy.
Okay.
So it's like they've been watching your content already, especially when you're putting content out. They've been seeing your ads. They've been seeing you consistent. They've been reading your emails, right? You've been putting out valuable stuff. They've been on your live stream. They've been watching the podcast.
Yeah.
And like, they're already selling themselves and convincing themselves that you're the one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now they are like, man, let me go ahead and apply to see what they're talking about.
Right.
Or let me go and give them their webinar and see what they're talking about. Or let me go to this thing. They already know you selling something. They like, but they're there, right? But it's like you got to think of the market. Only 3% of the market is ready to do business right now. Then you got 17%. They just in information gathering mode, and then you got another 30-some% that's like they're actually seeking something out, and then you got 63% of the market. They ain't ready to buy nothing. They don't even know they got a problem yet. Right? So they're not even problem aware. They call it problem aware, information gathering mode, and then ready to do business. But it's like 97% of the people aren't there ready to buy yet. So you got to be creating valuable content for them. You got to be sending out emails, ads, like free stuff, and like really loading it up. So now, by the time they like, all right. So like, for example, if somebody will see me on this podcast today, and then they'll go into my world, my whole ecosystem, and then they'll become a client a year from now.
Tell me about that.
But they just been in the,
They just,
Oh, that's true. That is,
you know what I'm saying?
That is true.
that is true. So, and that's why well, in real estate, that's why I tell people that it's the importance of the follow up. But I get it's still the same thing with
It's
you.
the same thing.
It's
You
the
just
same
you just
thing.
got to automate the because like sometimes follow
we
for
doing
people,
follow, we on the phone.
we just on the phone.
Yeah.
It's like how do you systemize that? How do
Can
you
show me
system?
how? I need to show it.
Yeah, how do you
Wow.
systemize it? How do you add some text into it? How do you add some email into it? How do you add retargeting ads into it? How do you go another level and like maybe send some gifts, physical gifts in the mail? How do you do like direct mail type of stuff? You know, and then you can add some manual stuff on there as well. Like how do you have somebody on your team like manually following up as well? Or even with your top tier prospects, how do you follow up with them? Like, hey, what's going on? Just checking on you.
I got you.
So ringless voicemail, like all that.
RVM, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you tie it all together and like automate? I mean, like systemize the whole process.
So do you work with like just like basically like entrepreneurs and small business entrepreneurs, or like have you actually like do you team up with companies and stuff as well? Like just like
To my
more on a
companies,
massive like scale?
It's like a big like corporation like Home Depot or something like that.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
So we haven't done it. I haven't done anything on that scale yet. But I'm mainly at small businesses. Right.
I got you.
That's
so,
my heart.
So
is.
are you usually working with like coaches and consultants, or is it really just like, or it's like any small company?
mainly service-based businesses.
Okay.
So coaches, consultants, attorneys, therapists, CFOs, CPAs, real estate. We work with a lot of people doing real estate agents, real estate investors, real estate education people. We do some podcasters who like, because a lot of times people do podcasts, but they don't really know how to monetize it.
Yeah, facts.
So we show them how to create a package that they can actually be sending people to, so they can actually sell people into like a $3,000, $10,000 more package from their podcast. So yeah.
Can you give us like an example of like somebody that like you someone that you helped and like it just like completely like transformed like their business?
Well, I guess go ahead. You go
Yeah,
first.
Dave. We were talking about Dave earlier. Chance.
Yeah.
that's my guy. So Dave said all the time. He like, man, Marquel was the first person that helped me have. I think he said like a 5-figure month or something like that. Or he did like, I think Dave. I gave Dave some stuff. He made like $35,000 in like 3 to 5 days. But he wasn't selling anything like high ticket before I kind of started working with him. I know Marcus was on here. Rozier.
Oh yeah.
So me and Marcus just worked together. He started doing some crazy numbers. I think he went from like 6 figures a year to like 6-figure months. And y'all see what Marcus on now. Marcus up. I ain't taking credit for Marcus' success.
I know. Mark is that dude.
Yeah,
but
but
I mean, you added a little help on him. That's all.
Yeah. Marcus is a client. And that's my guy too. I don't know if y'all know Kristen the Truth Jones. He teach like Forex trading.
No, I don't know.
Kristen is 16 now. He a millionaire. We started working together. He was 12. Yeah, he was.
I think I did hear him.
Yeah, he was 12 when we started working together. I helped him get his first $3,000 client. He was like, by the time I turned 13, I want to make 100,000. He made 103,000 by the time he turned 13.
Man, how much money have you brought your clients with the clients
Over
attraction?
$1 billion.
Over
Over
what?
$1 billion.
Over $1 billion.
Yeah.
That's crazy because the evolution of it, because I remember when I watched your episode 2 years ago with Shans, he was like 250.
It was like 250. Yep. Yeah. I mean, we up.
What did you do? How did you grow and expand
bro,
like that?
Here's the thing, man. A lot of times, people don't even report their earnings back. You know. So, like for example, I was talking to one of my boys one day, and he was like, "Man, that one strategy you showed me, bro." He was like, "That's made me millions." And I'm like, "All right, bro. Like, how many?" And he was like, "I can't tell you all that," but he was like, "It's made me millions."
Why they don't want to?
I mean, for different reasons, right? But it's like a lot of people that you see like killing it in this space, coaches, consultant, whatever. A lot of them have worked with us, or they've worked with one of our clients. But a lot of them is like work. Even if they didn't work, because like sometimes people they don't want to come to us directly, but they'll kind of sit like behind the scenes and like see what they can extract and take it and go do with it.
Dang.
Yeah.
Hey, so look, you done help people get over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Proven. We see it. We see it. I talk to people. So, and a lot of people that watch these episodes, they probably like, how does this necessarily help me? Because you can actually be the one, because they just looking for people to show them how to do something like real estate or stocks.
Yep.
But y'all could go help those people that y'all trying to learn from. Y'all could help them grow their company
100%.
some type of way.
100%.
Right? If somebody wanted to start trying to do something like this, what would they get started at?
So the first thing I would say is like, I always tell people like, it's more money in what you know than what you do, right? So the first thing, I think the best business in the world to me is like an expert based business. Like, how do you take your expertise and then you package it up and then you sell it and you teach other people? Wow. I think that's the number one business in the world.
Okay.
Right? Especially now the education system has changed. Like, people are coming online looking for answers.
Yeah.
Like, how to make money, how to quit my job and make more money, and they stumble across real estate. Or how do I do this? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think, so I would say the person who's listening right now, what's some expertise you have? Like, what's something because a lot of times we don't take account for like what we're good at. Right. So I was talking to an older lady one time, and she was like, I want to start my coaching, I want to start teaching people, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what are you good at? And she was like, I ain't really good at nothing. I was like, what have you done? And she was like, well, I'm only, she's like, I'm 50 something. I've been married 20 years, blah, blah, blah. She just kind of breezed over. I'm like, wait, you've been married 20 years?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah. And I was like, you still happily married? And she was like, yeah, we have our challenges, but yeah, we good. I'm like, you know how many people would love to know how to get married and stay married for 20 years?
What's literally trending right now?
Look at me.
I'm like, why won't you like, and this is crazy. We had this conversation 5-6 years ago. Yeah. Now everything trending is relationship. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so it's like, teach that, right? If you lost some weight, teach people how to do that. Like make sure your stuff is legit. Like make sure because there's a lot of times people out here, they credit repair experts, but they don't got credit cards. We don't get on that, right? That's to be a hard.
Man, let me tell you, we talk about that all the time. Now, this I did want to get because
that's the default.
That's the default business.
That's the default business. Credit.
If you want to know if somebody ain't getting no money right now, see if they're doing credit repair.
Don't say not getting some money, but it's just
if they slowing down. If it's slowing down,
everybody doing credit repair.
Unless they just getting started in business, then they maybe start. But I'm saying though, if your person they was doing something at one point and it was not nothing with credit, and you just see them promoting credit repair, something going on with their business.
Something going on with their business. Something going on.
You definitely should.
That and funding.
That funding too.
Yeah.
Now don't get me wrong, because one of my mentors, they do funding and stuff like that. I respect y'all. Y'all be going crazy. But some of y'all just deep.
But I'm saying, I'm with it. I'm saying to have a funding business, but have funding.
Have funding.
Like I know a lot of people who, I don't know them, but I see a lot of people that, and speak to some of them, they are funding experts, but they don't have funding. So it's like, they're like, well, I can. Well, they like, well, I can show you how to get $250,000 in funding. And I'm like, bet. And they like, can you help me get clients? And I'm like, well, yeah, we can definitely help you that. And they were like, how much it gonna cost me? And then we tell them, and they're like, I don't got. I'm like, bro, like, why don't you got funding?
Go get the funding.
Go get the funding.
Find it.
Or have it if you're the funding expert. That's just me. I'm like, if you teach people real estate, I'm gonna want you to have some real estate.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like at least have one property.
Right.
If that's your thing.
Right.
I'm gonna just need you to have some real estate.
That makes sense. I got you. So, but right now, so I ain't gonna. So the other day, I think this how I end up hitting you up, really, right? Because I was like, all right, cool. Because I seen an episode years ago. I watched you a couple times, and then I was watching. I think that Dave just started doing stuff like Free Smoke Fridays, and stuff like that. And he was on there.
Yeah, I was on the second one.
Yeah, he was on there.
We were going crazy,
going nuts. And then somebody said, "Hey, bro, he a scam.
He scammed me.
He scammed me."
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, this is crazy because, like you just said, you just went from like they got to be legit and everything. Are you? I mean, first of all, are you a scam? We just got to make sure we ask that first.
So, am I a scam?
No, we know you're not a scam. Right. We know you're not a scam, but pretty much. Like, why do you think people are defaulting to that now? Like, they just like, everybody's a scam now. So, what's going on with it?
So, I'm going to give everybody context for people who didn't see it.
Okay.
So, the brother commented, and he basically what he said was, I had a conversation with somebody on Marquel team. They tried to charge me $24,000 for something, but they wouldn't give me all the details of what's included. He was like, it seems scammy. That's what he was like.
That's what most people, yeah.
And we was like, and Dave was like, well, what's your thoughts about that, bro? Because, Dave, he brought it out.
Yeah.
He was like, what, he going to talk about it. So he like, what's your thoughts about this, bro? And I'm like, well, my first thought is that he didn't have the $24,000. Right, that's the first thing that came to mind. You know what I'm saying? Number two, we don't even charge $24,000 right now, so I'm not 100% sure on that. Number three, I'm like, I don't know this brother, so I don't really have a lot of thoughts about him.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you just got to be careful, like what you put people's name next to, because it's like calling somebody a scam or a scam me is a strong accusation.
That's a strong.
You know what I'm saying? That's like almost assassinating my character.
Yeah.
So it's like, and where I'm from, it's like I don't take that lightly. You know what I'm saying? So that's different.
That's how I feed my family. We can't do that.
Like I ain't an internet marketer. Like I just play one on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to that.
It could easily be like a fake page or something.
Yeah. So I'm like, first of all, we got to be careful with that, right? No, so I ain't trying to sit here like I'm the toughest guy in the world, but I'm like, some stuff we just can't do. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now here's the crazy thing.
There's lawsuits for that,
bro.
Like,
check this out. Now here's the crazy thing, bro. He immediately went back into apologizing. He got super apologetic. What he ain't mean it like, cause I'm like, hey, bro, cause he said we start DMing, and I was like, hey, what's your Instagram name so I can pull it up, so I can go back to the conversation, so I can get some context. He never gave it to me. Then he was like, man, I apologize, man, I ain't mean it like that, man. I really just wanted to coach and blah blah blah. So he like went into apology mode, right? But I think the biggest thing is like, here's what I see all the time to answer your question. People are out here buying these programs. So let's say, for example, you got a coaching program where you teach people how to do wholesaling. Mm-hmm. You like, I'm gonna show you how to do a deal. Mm-hmm. And you like, all right, bro. You come in, cause like these people who bought your program, they ain't seen nothing but the checks. Hey, I just did a new deal. Here's my check. Yeah. So they see all that. So now, but they don't know the work that go into it, right? Yeah. So like I was at Brunch with Bros, one of my guys there, he was like, man, I just did a deal. Real estate made, $6,000 in one deal. Right. And I'm like, hey, slow down. Let's not breeze over that. How long it took you to do that deal? He was like, it took me about 6 months. I'm like, all right, let's be clear. Because like some people hear that and they like, oh man, he did one deal in 6 months. I mean, he made one deal, he made $6,000. Oh, I'm finna get into real estate. It's like, no. Let's slow down. It took him 6 months. Yeah. So he really made $1,000 a month. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But people got to get context. So if you tell them, all right, join my program, I'm gonna show you how to do my first deal. What they hear, some people, what they hear is you guaranteeing them they gonna do a deal. Mm. But you can't really, all you can guarantee is you gonna give them the sauce. Yeah. But you like, hey, you still gotta get, I don't know your process, but let's say you still gotta get this list. Mm-hmm. You still gotta make the calls. Mm-hmm. You still gotta put out 100 signs a week, right? Yeah. So let's say, you say, look, man, you need to put out 100 signs a week for the next 90 days. They'll go through and they'll put out 10 signs. Or they'll put out 100 signs the first week, and then the next week they'll put out 70. The next week they'll put out 30. Yeah. And then 1 week go by, they ain't had time to put no signs out because they was watching the Cat Williams thing with Shannon Sharp, right?
Hey, you watched that? I just watched that.
I watched a little bit of that, but it's like I don't got 3 hours, right?
I watched it last. I was in bed.
I watched a little bit when I was at boxing with my kids yesterday. I watched a little bit of it, but I think I'm gonna watch it through my downtime. But they were like, "Well, I ain't get to watch this time," and I was watching the thing. Or I was at this conference and I didn't get to put no signs out. Meanwhile, they still want to get the results.
Yeah.
So you like, hey, bro. And at the end of it, they like, oh man, Mike is scam, man. I joined this real estate thing. I ain't doing no deal. And you like, bro, you didn't even like do the work.
Trust me, I know. I know this from experience.
Am I not saying there aren't some legitimate scammers out there and who people are taking advantage of people? Yes. But I think a lot of times people are using the word scam too loosely.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people are buying it. Now, there's a lot of people out here who pose to be experts at certain things. And they doing the flash and they showing people this and they showing people that. But it's like they don't really know how to teach though.
They better start doing that too.
Mm-hmm. Just because you can do something don't mean you can teach it.
The government coming for you.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
so just because you can do something don't mean you can teach it. So it's like, I think we got to just be careful with like the words.
Yeah.
It's like if y'all say, look, we're going to start showing people how to launch a podcast. Mm-hmm. If somebody pay y'all, but y'all be like, all right, first step is you got to go get the equipment. If they don't go get the equipment, and they'll be like, oh man, them boys scams, man. Yeah. I still ain't launched my podcast.
Or if for the example, we can show you how to launch a podcast. I ain't say I can show you how to get rich from it.
Exactly.
I just say I can show you how to start it.
I can show you how to start it.
That's all I can
And I showed you how to start it, but you never started it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. And that's pretty much that's
what's going on.
That's what a lot of stuff going on. But it's a lot of people out here that's just like trying to they adding fuel to the fire. Like I'm pretty like you got pocket watch JT. Yeah. Hey, I know you be nervous sometimes. You don't be looking like I hope they gonna say my name out here one day.
No.
What makes you have that more confidence though,
bro? Because I know who I am. I show up. I'm 100%. Like I know what it is.
I'm a real
anybody who know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even. Yeah, people. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? People see me and they like. Some people see me and they be like, he got tats, he got goals, he a scam, he not legitimate. I got clients now who like when they first saw me, it was a little like I don't know about bro. Like he got tattoos and goals and all that. And I was like, that ain't really my problem. That's their problem. You know what I'm saying? So I know how I'm perceived by some people.
I'm happy that you got this though, because it just show people that hey, it's possible. That's literally my whole.
Yeah, you
point.
You just be who you are, right?
You are.
So it's like I ain't really worrying about coming up on none of these things because like we got a page called The Wall of Proof, thewallofproof.com. Like if you go to thewallofproof.com, it just continues to scroll with testimony after testimony, like testimony. It's like you can't name nobody in this space or in any, you can't name a person, black, white, Asian, whatever, who has more success stories than we've created. Hands down.
No. The Wall of Proof.
Thewallofproof.com. Go to it. You can just be like, shoot. You know when you see the scroll bar on the page.
Yeah.
The small bar, the scroll bar be kind of big. Yeah. Like the scroll bar on the page, you almost can't see it. You just pull it up, bro.
I'm pulling up.
You just like,
cause we ain't gonna let nobody come on this show and cap y'all, bro. We can't do that.
Pull it up. The Wall of Proof. There we go. Scroll. Inc. 5000 list. Go ahead.
Oh, hold on now.
Go.
Hold on now. Hey y'all, go look it up, y'all.
Thewallofproof.com. It's not a game.
And it's video. It ain't just like they
I
just.
I get screenshots on that too. It's all that.
All
your favorites, like your favorites on there.
So when you work with your clients,
I'm still scrolling, y'all.
Yeah. So when you scroll the rest of the episode, bro. Get comfortable.
So when you work with your clients, is it like a one-time payment type of thing, or like do you get like a percentage, or like how does that usually go?
So great question.
Or monthly to month.
So anytime we work with like a brand new client, it's always like some kind of fee structure, whether it's a one-time payment or payment plan or whatever we figured out. I do some equity partnerships like later on, but it's like not immediately because like you got to make sure it's gonna be a right fit, and it's like if we're gonna do like a long-term thing. But in most cases, it's like they pay a specific fee, whether that's consultant or like whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the return look like in this business?
So
I don't know if anybody want to do this, but I do it.
That's what I was trying to get to.
I already know. I'm with it.
With like what, like what type of business, like coaching business or consulting business or what?
No, what you do.
So what I do,
trying to watch your pockets,
right? So what I do, the beautiful thing is like the margins are, because like I done went through two phases, right? One phase we went through and we were scaling like real fast, right? And then when we were scaling real fast, the margins get smaller, right? Okay. But if you want to like have a skill set and you want to coach, consult, teach people, I mean, you can run a multiple six-figure or multiple $1 million business with very little overhead. Like I don't got no office. I don't got no office space. I came in from the house. Like I operate from the crib.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got my office set up. I don't got no big fancy headquarters and none of that type of stuff. Like I jump in the whip, drive out here.
Facts.
You know, the company pay for the car. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
So it's like I don't got no lavish lifestyle.
You look. What kind of watch you got on?
What's up, man?
How do I watch that, BJ?
I want to say what it looked like.
That's a Richard.
but
Not even a Richard.
It's not, but it looked like.
It ain't a Richard.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. No, I don't know. Well, he ain't got no leverage. He put up in a nice car. I ain't gonna say what type of car he drive, but he put up in a nice car.
Yeah.
Black. Yeah. It's nice.
It's like
It's light. It's so cool.
I feel like he told me.
But no, so I got you.
on the radar. That's just his
You
personality.
got to stay on the radar because
That's
and
his
first of all,
personality.
you got to understand where he came from. First
Right,
of all,
for sure.
So you already know they be like, where you come from? Like, bro,
yeah, everybody be trying to get me to flash online. They be like, oh man, you gotta start flashing.
What's your biggest month?
My biggest month?
That's it. That's all I want to know. You ain't got to tell me.
I mean, we didn't did a meal in a month before.
Okay,
That's all you need to tell me.
We'll take it. We'll take it. But yeah, but honestly, where you come from, where we were just raised, it's like, bro, everybody don't gotta know. Cause like when I was doing like the marketing, where get some money out, like, oh y'all should. Grandma called me.
Yeah, cause
Mama called. Why are you posting that?
Because people don't understand what it takes. Cause like for example, people are like, oh man, in a month, oh man, I'm gonna start doing that. It's like people don't understand like what it takes to run a company though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like when we did, I had a staff for probably like 40 some people too. You know what I'm saying? All over. So it's like people don't really understand what it takes. You know, because like this Taraji P. Henson, y'all saw that little whole thing that went around recently, right?
Yeah.
She was talking about how black women are underpaid and so forth.
Yeah.
And she was like, people have hit a $10 million top line number, but they don't understand that my stylist get paid this, my PR person get paid this person got to get paid this. People don't really account for all that. And I think the dangerous thing, especially in the internet world, people be like, oh man, I made $1 million a day. And it's like, well, that was like in sales. They're going to collect on those payments for the next year or two, right? But it's like, but people ain't saying, okay, here's what I made cash collected like in the bank. And then it's another level of that, of like, here's what I made profit after paying all my expenses. But a lot of times people will say these big top line numbers and people are like get sucked into all that. But they ain't saying like, I made $600,000 this month, but I paid $300,000 to my team.
Yeah.
And then I paid this or I did blah, 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 blah.
Which is still good money, but y'all people just
100%. But it's like you don't got the content.
Or it's like that's like saying like, oh, I made $1 million this month, but I paid out 900,000 to wherever else that went. So it's like you made $1 million, but you still only got that 100K.
Yeah, I don't really never look at those $1 million days and stuff like that because I mean, obviously I'm in the podcast space, so people want to come on when they're having a challenge. Of course, they try to come here.
For sure.
So I know the backhands. I be like, so you got to pay this person,
all that,
this person to come feature on it and come speak on it. You got to pay them this much.
And them boys want a bag. I was talking with my homie one time. He'll give me the numbers down. It's just like if somebody said I made $2 million last year, but they spent 2.5.
Yeah.
It's like,
I hope it ain't. I hope it ain't that,
bro. That's more.
I'm talking about. So the folks. So you some of these people with their $1 million days when they doing these, they doing it, but
bro, we seen it, bro. They be posting. They be
damn
posting like
though.
I spent.
Yeah.
300,000 this week.
Man, you gotta you gotta really look under the hood of the business.
I know, cause I mean, I have people on. We have people on time, bro, and then I'm glad we having this conversation because I had people on top, bro. They like off camera, like they be like, "Yeah, bro, I spend like 300,000 a week in ads."
Yeah, bro, you gotta.
I know you gotta be getting it in.
You gotta know. Bro. It's like, bro, that lamb costs something. Yeah, right, that spike costs some. The flight on the PJ, it costs some. Like to get this speaker to come through, it costs some. Like, but people are like, and I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody kind of playing their own game. But it's like my biggest thing is a lot of people don't be getting the full story, so they get rocked to sleep and they get sucked into an illusion, right? So it's like it's a private jet spot where you can go take pictures on the private jet. It never leaves the ground.
It never leaves the ground.
Right? But it's like people will see that and be like, oh man, such and such flying private. And it's like, no, they went to the photo shoot spot and booked the hour and they did photos.
That's funny.
And they
taking advantage, and now they'll run an ad or they'll do this and they'll get some people and they taking advantage of people. And I don't like that. So it's like you taking advantage of good people who worked hard for their money, and it's like,
I think they got on somebody about doing that. It was like a rapper or something that did something like that, and they caught him. And he was like, "Bro,
but a lot of
over the next couple of years, people gonna be getting called out more and more and more.
It's gonna happen because first of all, a lot of people people get fed up. That's all. And then a lot of people, and now since the economy getting tighter, now people not spending $5,000 for your course and not expecting nothing, get nothing out of it.
Yep,
Now. Now they mad because they like, oh, I don't got that other money that was coming in like it was before.
Yep. They like, to your point, they still spending it, but it's just like they're more strategic about.
They still spending.
But they like, all right, let me make sure I'm you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you'd rather live like a humble lifestyle than like a lavish, like luxury lifestyle?
So I think lavish and luxury lifestyle is different for everybody, right? So it's like, let's say I was watching this video the other day and this dude was like, he was like, I got a $4,000 sweater on.
Yeah.
No name brand or nothing on it. You don't even know it's a $4,000 sweater.
Yeah.
But he was like, I drive a Honda. And he was like, people wonder why I still drive a Honda. I'm a multi-millionaire. He's like, I don't really care about cars, but I care about the gear.
Yeah.
He was like, my shoes are $3,000. You don't know what they are, but they come with a lifetime repair contract. So anytime they mess up, I get to mail them back to Italy.
Oh, dang.
They fix them and they send them back.
Need some of those.
But you won't even see them and be like, oh, he dropped 4 bands on them.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes people get the Balenciagas or whatever, and it's like, it's just to show everybody. But it's like, real money is quiet.
I see it.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm looking at it right now.
So it's like, so it just depends. So like me, I think my biggest splurges is like travel. Like me and my family, we go on vacation. We just got back. We do a annual Christmas trip. We've been doing, because why we made it, I was like, I want to do an annual Christmas trip with the family every year. We bring in the Christmas in a different country.
So that probably just answered my question. So you'd rather live like a humble lifestyle and rather have the freedom to like travel and like go do different experiences that you want rather than, oh, let me get this car. This
I wouldn't necessarily call it a humble lifestyle, right? So it's like, I think you just figure out like what do you value? You know what I'm saying? So for me, so of course you already know, you said what I pulled up here earlier. I ordered the wagon during pandemic. Like you don't even really see the wagon here like that. They're mainly in Germany.
Yeah.
So I ordered the wagon, put the deposit down and everything, and then the Ukraine stuff happened. When there was the war.
Yeah.
So it slowed down the delivery. It finally came and they hit me and was like, hey, the car here. And I'm like, I don't even want it. You know what I'm saying? Because then we was running the numbers. I'm like, the numbers are gonna be higher. I'm like, it don't really make sense for me to spend that to just sit in my garage. Like I don't really leave the house like that.
In fact, and then and really, honestly, because I mean, there's you know who need the money, who got the car just so they can make money.
Right.
For you, your business, you don't have to do that to make money. You was buying it strictly just for I want this.
Yeah, I got it. Exactly. I got it to that. And I got this car. It was on my vision board for the longest.
Right.
But I was like, I'm gonna go on and get it. And then I figured out, I learned, okay, I can lease it and the business will pay for it and it's a tax write-off. So I'm like, okay.
Might as well.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't really go nowhere. Like, I go to the gym. It's like, I don't need a $300,000 car to go to the gym.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? My wife's truck paid for. I like travel. We just got a house built. I mean, we're gonna be there for a minute. It's like, I don't really, you feel me?
What matter to you?
It's like my wife just finished nursing school. I was able to pay for her to go through nursing school.
It's a blessing.
So
she held you down
for
so
sure.
You know you had to do that.
Yep. So she went through nursing school, so she's doing her thing now. So it's like yeah, bro. It's like I don't really like need a lot. I don't got like a crazy lifestyle.
How long you and your wife been together? Like, how long y'all been married?
We've been married this year. It'll be I think 13.
13. But y'all been together for 20?
We've been together like 15.
15?
Yeah.
So y'all got married pretty cool. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So is there something, I mean, she held you down and she did stuff for you that a lot of women won't do. Is there anything that she could do? I just want to know that would make you say, I can't do it no more. Like it's
Cheating.
That's like a non-negotiable.
That's a non-negotiable.
Like no matter what.
No, that's a non-negotiable.
What is cheating?
Like, what you mean?
Like,
none of the niggas, none of the getting smashed? What you mean?
What, like, is that
It's
like,
different
what,
for the cheating.
Is it?
Like I'm saying, like, so what is cheating to you? Like
what? Like,
it's texting. If they text somebody like baby, they talk to somebody else like that. That's cheating.
that's cheating.
That's cheating.
Yeah.
I ain't even got to ask you nothing else. Then I'm
You
gonna
already
keep
know.
going.
The whole night, all that, everything that come with that.
If you do anything outside of me,
Touch a man's shoulder, that's cheating.
It's cheating. It's cheating. It's cheating. It's tough to come back from that. I ain't mad at the brothers who like able to like come from that, but it's like it's tough to come back from that.
There was no one strike, no two strike.
Man, it'll be tough for me to be like to visualize it. You know?
I already know what it means, bro. Yeah, it's just some stuff. It's just some stuff, bro. And you know, some people put up with more than others, but
Yeah,
you make your
bro.
decision.
Like
I just feel like you gotta. And as a man right now, like I ain't. as a man, you really just got to stand on your word. Like there are some non-negotiables you got to stand on because
sure.
if you don't,
Yeah.
it'll become a slippery slope. And first of all, they start respecting you less.
Yeah.
So like, say if you told your wife like, hey, if you cheat on me, I'm not gonna be with you no more. If she do it and you slick come back, one time is all right, but like two, it's like. Bro, she don't respect you. Oh,
But I ain't never cheated though. Like I ain't never cheated. Never been.
Give me some, bro.
Yeah, I ain't never cheated. I ain't never put myself in a situation
to do that.
Like I don't play like that. I don't even like. I was doing a presentation one time and I was like, I was talking about like how can you tell good coaches? And I was like, or how do you choose a coach? And I was like, do y'all values align? And I was talking about how I worked with a coach one time. And I saw that he was cheating on his wife. I was in Cali. I saw he was cheating on his wife. So I pulled back out of it because I was like, I don't do business with brothers who cheat on their wives.
Now I say the same thing. Now some people we had the same conversation with some people, and they be like, I mean, I just feel like, bro, if you can lie to your wife, you can lie to God.
Yeah.
You gonna lie to me. I just know it.
You don't have integrity is a value to me. Like if you don't have integrity with your wife, who you lay next to every night, who you stood before God, y'all probably share accounts. They know you're deep. Like if you don't have integrity with that person, how can I expect you to have integrity with me? Yeah. Like if you don't got to if you don't take care of your kids, right? And you can, it's like how do you like? I can't trust you. Yeah, like your wife can't even trust you.
Especially like if you don't take care of your kids.
Yeah.
So how I know you gonna make sure we good with the
you
business?
not, bro. Like, you not because that's who you are.
But you'll be surprised. I sit here with people on this couch and they go, I mean, really what they got going on at home ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm like, yes, it does.
Bro, that tells you, they just told you, I don't know who said it, but they just told you everything you need to know about them. I'm just saying. It's like that's like if this your man's.
Yeah, for sure.
If we together and you start throwing salt on him, I'm gonna be like,
this your man?
You ain't solid because this your guy.
Yeah, fact.
So if you a gossip to me, you a gossip about me.
Yeah.
You ain't like, well, nah, I'm just saying that because it's like, no, that's just who you are.
That's who you are.
If you say, if I'll watch you cheat on your wife, and I'm cool with it, that says a lot about me.
Yeah, that's true. And like me and him all the time, like we hold each other like accountable. Like we be like we promote like not cheating. We promote. Like if you're gonna be in a relationship,
if you gonna do it, just go do it.
Just do it,
or don't. It's
bro.
literally a choice.
It's a choice, bro. It's like one thing. So in the event, so we do events and stuff like that. Some people who do events, they do like suites. Right, so it's like after the event, y'all probably went to events and had like a suite like breakout or whatever. Like you go up to the suite or whatever. Yeah. We don't do none of that because the majority of our audience and clients are women. So it's like I don't want to be seen in a suite with women, or you get what I'm saying. So I don't even want to be like
in that position.
I don't even want to be in that position. And you know everybody taking pictures and videos and all different type of stuff these days. So I don't want to even be because like my name is everything. Right. It's like. This my kid's mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I gotta show them like this how you be men. Like you ain't being a man. You ain't a man just because you can smash some. Like you a man because you handle your business, you take care of family, you're a man of integrity and honor. Like when ain't nobody looking, that's who you are. Like just because I ain't with my wife and I'm in a different country, like I'm still married. Like I can't be out here like tripping. Yeah. Like cause my integrity is like when she ain't looking. That's integrity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it's all about. I mean, man, look, we've been going crazy. Tay say we've been here for more than an hour and 30 almost, probably. But it's been good conversation. And I feel like a lot of people need to hear this. And I feel like this is ideal. That's why I said you was the ideal person to come on.
Appreciate it.
You was able to give us everything from streets, marriage to business,
marketing.
Sales,
we covered a lot.
Everything. So it's like if you didn't take nothing from this, just stop watching us, please. Thank you.
No, we covered
because you should. But God, what I like to do is we drop these episodes at the beginning of the week, right? We drop them on Tuesdays, right? So we like to make sure that we're able to give our audience something that they actually could take this week and actually become better.
Yep.
Whether that's mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually.
Yep.
Mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, or spiritually.
Yep.
Yeah. So we call it give them something. We want you to give them some game they can go implement this week and become better this week. And you can look into that camera right there.
So one thing you can implement this week, get crystal clear on what it is that you want. Like your vision, right? Get crystal clear on that. Not like everybody else's vision, not like what everybody else want. Because like at one point, I thought I wanted like a yacht and all these different things. And I still want some of that stuff for different reasons. But it's like a lot of times, especially with social media, we get sucked into like what everybody else wants. So I would say sit down and write down 5 years from now, right? What you want things to look like. So literally write down on the paper, start with, it's January 4th, 2029, and write out exactly what your life look like, what your car look like, where you live, what your situation, kind of business. Like literally write it out in detail, right? I know some people are gonna like totally discount this, but I'm telling you how powerful this is. Write it out, because I literally lived a life that I wrote one time when it didn't look like I have this. So write it out in detail and then begin to read it when you wake up in the morning, in the afternoon possibly, but at least when you wake up in the morning, and then ideally before you go to bed at night. And do that consistently and watch how things manifest. And that's 5 years. And then as it relates to those 5 years, write down another sheet for 2024. What are the top 3 things that you're committed to doing this year, right? That's going to lead to that lifestyle 5 years from now. What are the top 3 things that you're committed to doing? Not the things you're going to try to do, not the things you hope to do, but the top 3 things you're committed to do. Like write those things down, right? That's what I want you to do. And then I'm going to challenge you the next step. I'm on my Instagram is Marquel Russell, MarQuel RUSSELL. Shoot me a DM. Let me know what those 3 things are. And then I'll see if I can help you make it happen, or if I got a connection or something that I can connect you with to help make them things happen. But that's 3 things. That's 2 things that anybody watching this video right now, regardless if you locked up, regardless if you at work, regardless of whatever it is, you can do those things right now.
Go ahead, guys, and
it don't cost you no money.
It don't cost you no money.
Nope.
So he ain't tell you go buy. He don't even sell courses, but he ain't even tell you go buy my course. Go do none of that.
Yep.
He say, hey, go do this for yourself. This is for you.
Because I don't want you to buy enough for me or hire me until you clear on what you want.
Yeah.
You got to be clear on what you want first, and then before. Because a lot of times people say, well, should I do TikTok? Should I do this? Should I do that? And I'm like, well, what's the goal? What's the vision? Like the vision dictates the strategy, not the other way around. So let's figure out what do you want.
The vision.
And then we design the strategy around there.
Because I look at like what you provide, I look at it more so like you're basically like just a business partner anyway.
For sure, 100%.
So it's not even like do this and then I'll give you the steps. It's like you're a partner.
Yeah, like what you want. Like what you want. Like some people, you might not want to build a $10 million business. You might not want to build $1 million business. So you like, hey, I just want to make $100,000 a year. It's like, cool. You don't need to be on all the social media platforms.
Yeah.
Do that. You can have like a $5,000 offer. You make 20 sales. You done made $100,000. You good.
That's
like
true.
You don't need a team.
You don't need all that.
People like, man, how many people I need to hire? Well, how much money you want to make? Well, I want to make $100,000. Well, you don't need to hire nobody.
Nobody.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
promise you don't need to hire nobody. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hire you a VA for $3 an hour.
That's it.
You good.
That's it.
Now, if you want to build a $5, $10 million, $15 million business, now it's a different conversation.
Hire 30 VAs. I'm just
You feel me? Might be the case.
Might be the case. But look, guys, I mean, he's been giving out tons of game. And make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Make sure you go ahead and start manifesting that life that you want to live, especially right now at the beginning of the year. It is extremely important. It is necessary. And it's that season.
For sure.
So make sure that you guys follow us on Instagram at _on-the-porch. If you felt like this gave you some game or this video gave you some value, let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know if maybe if you disagree with something said, let us know. Mm-hmm. Hey, if you agree with something, let us know.
Let us know.
Just let us know. We want to know. We want to know what's going on. If you feel like something we could do better, let us know. We need to know that.
For
so
sure.
we trying to make sure we're giving you guys the best quality content that's helping y'all. This ain't about us, it's about y'all, but it is about me because I be learning a whole bunch too. So, but make sure you guys do that. Follow me on Instagram at _on-the-porch. And don't forget, not on the porch. Follow me on Instagram at _Mr.mindset. And then make sure you join the community because you don't want to miss out on it because people like Marquel was. I gotta ask everybody. I need you to come talk to my community one day.
Okay, let's do it.
For real, on Zoom.
Let's do it.
And quick. It'll be
Let's
quick.
do it.
It'll be good.
Let's do it.
I love out. 30 minutes out.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We're gonna do it. See, I told y'all. Y'all need to go ahead and join the community. BJ, what can they find you at?
I would go ahead and follow me at _BJ Real Man. But most importantly, y'all go like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast at On the Porch Podcast. We're on Instagram at _on the porch, guys. We're not hard to find. We're putting it in your faces. We're getting these guests, and we're just trying to give y'all all the game that y'all can soak up and just take in like just move it into your life some type of way. But y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, guys. It's been a great episode.
For sure.
And we're gone.
Peace.
Appreciate you, brother.
Coming out here working.
JT on the track again.
Hey, run that shit up, Trace.